All right, so Lindsey and I met in high school, actually. I think she probably remembers it a little differently than I do.
We were in marching band together. We weren't good friends in high school, probably just like mild acquaintances. We just knew each other in passing from band. And then we both ended up going to Reinhardt University and being music majors.
It turned into us being acquaintances for a while, and then college happened, and
we just hung out a lot and kind of laughed. We spent a lot of kind of your stereotypical like late nights. Something we would do is go to parks at elementary schools and just spend hours sitting in the parking lot and talking. That's what we were doing. And both of our moms, at one point brought up us, oh no, we're just friends. And of course, like, yeah, just friends hanging out till 3 a.m.
I asked Lindsey out in a, it was kind of unexpected for both of us. I had just gotten back from my third summer with Spirit of Atlanta.
And we were in the parking lot at FPAC, and he asked me to be his girlfriend.
One night I just asked her, hey, will you be my girlfriend? And she responded with, I'm gonna have to think about it.
I was nervous, and I was not expecting him to ask that question right then. So I said, let me think about it. And he'll never let me live that down.
So that was fun. I'll never let her live that down.
So it's kind of, I waited a week to actually give him an answer, and we were sitting in FPAC and we were hanging out in the music library, and I was just kind of like, hey, you know that question you asked me like a week ago? I think I'm gonna say yeah.
Very early into us, when we finally started dating, very early on, she was the first one to say I love you, and I had been thinking about it about the same time, so that moved a little faster than other relationships, which felt weird but felt good at the same time.
It was already very clear that we really liked each other, and I came to see him at move-ins, and we were talking, and I remember him asking me how I would feel if he proposed, and I was like, you know, I think I would say yes.
And I brought up the idea of staying together forever. And I remember she said she cried on the way home that night because that was just something so sweet and unexpected.
I questioned that night. I remember I cried on the way home because I've always been skeptical of like, oh, it's different when it's the one, or like you'll know when it's the one, it's gonna be different. I was like, no, I don't know, I just had to find someone, and like, I think that night was really when it hit me.
So the process of proposing was a little bit of a roller coaster. I knew pretty early on that I wanted to. It was finding the right time. And I said, hey, like, we've been talking about this for years. Let's go look for rings, just kind of see what they've got. 2 days later, I had one.
A trip together to Athens, Georgia for GMEA conference. We were there and we went out to a nice dinner, and we came back to our nice room, and he had the ring box on the counter, and he didn't say much, which is very him, short and sweet. He just said, do you notice anything? And I said no, and he had the ring box on the counter, and then he grabbed it and proposed, and it was very cute, very him, very simple and sweet.
So what I love most about Lindsey, and I tell her this a lot actually, there's too much to say really, but the biggest thing is that she has such a loving and heartwarming personality. She's very caring, and you know, she's someone that I know I can count on for anything.
I would say some of my favorite things, he's very patient. You know, it starts out with like, you know, love is patient, love is kind. Those are two of the biggest things about Trevor.
What am I looking forward to most about being married? I'm probably most looking forward to the fact that we finally did it, and that we're finally at a good place where we are able to start a family. We're feeling comfortable with life.
The big milestones to come, and seeing our kids grow up, and just growing old together and continuing to be weird and silly when we're old.